Did you know that a simple blush on someone's face holds an evolutionary and physiological tale as old as time? Welcome to another episode of Why Facts, where we unravel the mysteries behind the science, technology, and psychology of our everyday world. Let's dive into one of the most intriguing human phenomena, blushing. Why on earth do we blush? And why is this behavior unique to humans? Buckle up, because this is going to be a surprisingly fascinating ride through your bloodstream, your brain, and your emotions. Let's start by identifying what blushing even is. You've probably experienced it before. Your face suddenly flushes. Sometimes your neck and ears join in the party, and a radiant redness appears without your control. But what's happening here on a biological level? The phenomenon of blushing occurs when blood vessels in your face dilate, meaning they open up wider, allowing more blood to rush closer to the skin's surface. This increased blood flow turns your face red. The question now is, why does this happen? It all boils down to your nervous system. Specifically, your sympathetic nervous system. This is the part of your body responsible for your fight or flight response. Imagine this. Someone compliments you unexpectedly in front of a group of people, or maybe you accidentally knock over a glass of water in a quiet restaurant. That sudden surge of embarrassment or self-awareness triggers your brain's hypothalamus. The hypothalamus then sends out signals to your adrenal glands, which release adrenaline into your bloodstream. The adrenaline acts as a messenger, telling those tiny blood vessels in your face to widen. Voila! Your cheeks are now a vivid shade of red. But here's the kicker. Humans are the only species known to blush. You heard that right. Dogs may pant in embarrassment when caught eating from the trash. Cats may slink away when you laugh at them. But humans have cornered the market on turning bright red in awkward situations. Now, let's ask the bigger questions. Why exactly would evolution burden us with such a transparent reaction? What's the purpose of blushing? For this, psychology steps in. Science suggests that blushing evolved as a social and emotional signal. In ancient human societies, when we lived in small, tight-knit communities, blushing may have served as a non-verbal form of communication that broadcasts honesty or remorse. Think about it. When someone blushes, it's like an involuntary confession. It says, "I recognize my mistake. I'm embarrassed. I care about what you think of me." In other words, blushing is a giant neon sign that reads, "I'm sorry," or sometimes, "I like you." In fact, scientists believe that social cohesion is at the heart of this unique human trait. Blushing might have helped our ancestors to diffuse tensions or build trust within a group. If a person blushed after breaking a societal rule, others might have been more likely to forgive them because blushing signifies genuine vulnerability. Even today, researchers call blushers pro-social, meaning they elicit greater sympathy and support from others compared to someone who remains stone-faced in awkward or guilty situations. But blushing doesn't just stop at embarrassment or guilt, does it? Most romantics would agree that blushing plays an important role in flirting too. Imagine this situation. You're talking to someone you find attractive, and they mention something sweet or compliment you. Your cheeks get warm, and you blush. The other person notices and might even smile. This interplay creates a kind of sparks flying moment. In this sense, blushing can act as a natural romantic signal. Some psychologists even argue that it's an indirect way of showing that someone cares about the interaction or is emotionally invested. Here's an interesting twist. Research shows that even the people who notice others blushing experience certain emotional effects. A study conducted in the Netherlands found that observing someone's blush can enhance perceptions of their trustworthiness. That's right. When you blush, it doesn't just deepen your embarrassment. It can actually make people perceive you as more honest and trustworthy. It's as if your blush is speaking a secret truth on your behalf. Now comes the strange part, though. Not all blushing is voluntary. There's a psychological phenomenon called social anxiety that takes blushing to an extreme level. People suffering from social anxiety disorder often blush profusely, even in situations that would seem trivial to others. For them, this isn't just an inconvenience, but a deeply distressing condition, often paired with feelings of insecurity and self-consciousness. In severe cases, the fear of blushing itself, known as erythrophobia, could trap someone in a cycle of heightened anxiety and constant anticipation of redness. Luckily, treatments like cognitive behavioral therapy or mindfulness techniques can help individuals regain control and overcome their excessive blush responses. But perhaps the question at the core of all of this is, can you control your blush response if it's so automatic? The answer is, sort of. Since blushing is tied to your fight-or-flight response, it's incredibly difficult to turn off once triggered. However, practicing stress reduction techniques such as deep breathing, mindfulness, or even trying to reframe embarrassing scenarios in a humorous way can sometimes minimize its power. Certain psychological therapies allow you to work through your insecurities about blushing, creating a better sense of internal control. Before we wrap up, let's zoom out for a second. Ever wonder why some people blush more noticeably or frequently than others? A lot of it has to do with skin tone and transparency. People with lighter, thinner skin tend to show redness more visibly than those with darker or thicker skin. And yet, studies show that people of all skin types and tones experience blushing equally. It's simply less visible in darker skin types due to the pigmentation masking the redness. So, no one is exempt from nature's little dose of humility. Speaking of humility, let's take a quick detour to the idea of vicarious blushing. Have you ever felt embarrassed on behalf of someone else and found your own cheeks heating up? This form of empathetic blushing reveals just how socially tuned in humans are. We quite literally feel for others. That mutual empathy makes us not only look out for one another, but aids in strengthening bonds within a group. It's as if blushing also serves as a communal signal, a shared embarrassment or appreciation happening at a broader scale. In summary, blushing is not just a physiological quirk. It's deeply ingrained in our biology and psychology. From its role in social dynamics to its romantic implications and even the darker side of social anxiety, blushing remains one of humanity's most mysterious and compelling traits. Whether it stems from guilt, embarrassment, or admiration, next time you feel your cheeks warm up, remember this. Your reactive blush is doing a lot more than just turning your face red. It's communicating, building bridges, and connecting you with those around you. Wear it like a natural badge of honor. So, what do you think about the science of blushing? Do you find it fascinating, awkward, or something in between? Share your thoughts in the comments below. And don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe to Why Facts for more insights into the curiosities of human nature. Until next time, stay curious and keep those cheeks glowing.